So I'm your host, Rejoice Tapon. Today is the birthday of my wife. She turns 29 years old. Rejoice Tapon, happy birthday. To celebrate August 27th, 2021, I'm going to start a 5-part series on her bootcamp experience. And I did this whole series on YouTube, but of course, the YouTube audience could be different than the podcast audience. And so you may not have heard it or seen it. In this series, you'll hear Ashlee Braut, who is one of her shipmates, who's also on the older side. She's in her early 30s. Rejoice was 28 at the time. They were both on the older side of things, and so they bonded because of that, and they describe their bootcamp experience. The 5-part series will include what they need to pack, general advice, moments of emotion and crying. 4th part is about swimming and the swim test, and the 5th part is about graduation and the climax of bootcamp, which is called Battle Stations. Hope you enjoy it. Welcome to the WanderLearn show. I'm your host, Francis Tapon. This is the beginning of a 5-part series on Navy Bootcamp. I interview my wife, Rejoice Tapon, who just went through Navy Bootcamp in 2021, and she talks about her experience along with her fellow shipmate, Ashlee Braut, who is also in her same division. Episode number 1 is an 8-minute episode all about packing for boot camp, what to pack, what not to pack. Episode number 2 is an 8-minute episode about general advice for boot camp. Episode number 3 is a more personal story about Rejoice, the one time during the 2 months of boot camp that she actually cried. Episode number 4 is all about the swim tests. The grueling swim tests that you have to undergo and pass in order to become a sailor. And finally, episode number 5 is about the top secret battle stations, the climax of boot camp, how to pass it, what it entails. You won't want to miss that 4-minute episode. Let's start off with episode number 1, but before we do, don't forget to like and subscribe to this video if you like it. Write a comment below if you have any questions about Navy Bootcamp or general military questions. Don't forget to watch the video in the upper right-hand corner. It's all about why Rejoice picked the Navy. After having looked at all the military branches, she was really interested in going into the medical field. You'll learn about all that process over there. And now, let's dive in to episode number 1, 8 minutes about Rejoice and Ashlee analyzing a video that she made about packing for Navy boot camp. Where did she go wrong? Find out. Watch.
Rejoice Tapon. I'm shipping to boot camp on January 26th. This is all I'm bringing. My duffel bag.
That was the only bag you brought, right?
I don't know how much it weighs. I don't know if I will need everything inside, but I packed a bunch of things.
Mouthwash. I needed that. I didn't need the headphones. Mask. Okay, let me see. Yeah, let's. So I didn't need the headphones. You know, at least for my travel from my town up to Chicago before they started yelling at us. You know, as you arrive, that's the last time I ever used that headphone. So I didn't need it, but I needed it in the plane, right?
During the bus
and after
ride.
Too, though. And
after, yeah,
because that's the stuff we don't think about. Is I wish I would have known too. Is all right after boot camp. Those things that you're going to want, the things that you're going to need. And the headphones, I think, was really good to have. Even though we didn't need it for boot camp. Right after and before. It was definitely needed.
Fantastic. Okay, then fine. Maybe I needed it. Feminine hygiene.
Yeah.
Did I need that? Bar soap. Did I need that bar soap? They gave us fucking
They gave us soap. They gave us soap, shampoo.
I didn't need the bar soap. I didn't need the fucking feminine hygiene either.
Right.
Yeah, that would have made it more lighter. You know, just bring one small shampoo, you know, a small shampoo for a few days.
Travel size.
But bring Vaseline because that. But where were we again for quarantine? Fort McCoy. It was cold, and my skin was always broken. You remember the cream they gave us? It was this size, like the rubbing oil they gave us is not as big as this, and we were supposed to
used it within like 2 days. Yeah,
it's finished. Then you have nothing else to put on your body, and it was stupid. I had that little Vaseline that I'm using, and everybody wanted. I asked, "Can I have some?" Okay, you can have it. Yeah, so I needed more Vaseline in the end. And what else? I don't know why I'm taking it. I don't need the gloves.
The gloves probably the one thing. Probably the gloves.
I don't need it. I don't know why I brought it. It was okay, fine. I was just preparing for the worst.
That's right.
What else? Let's see. Sponge. Oh, I needed that. I need more of those sponge actually. I should have brought 2. What else?
Tampons.
I don't need the tampons.
You definitely needed a couple though, like at least enough to get you through like the first 2 days.
Like if you knew your period is going to come, like I left on the 27th.
Mm-hmm.
If I know that on the 28, 29 my period is going to come, yes. But if I know that it's coming February 9,
right,
then I don't need it because by then they have already given us everything.
Yeah, if they have extra or leftovers, for sure they gave us those.
Did they give us tampon when we arrived the first night before Rome? Did they give us tampon?
Yeah, we had that option in that commissary of things.
Yeah.
Make sure you get 2 boxes. It was like mandatory that we all grab 2 boxes.
We grabbed 2 boxes. Plus, I brought 2. Did I bring 2?
That would be like 2 boxes.
Yeah.
That was a big box.
So that means it's 3. That's more space. So
as long as you bring enough, I think, just to get you for the first couple of days.
Stick a couple of tampon in your backpack, like a 5 to 6,
that's probably
to
it.
last you, I don't know, from January 27th to the 29th.
We did pretty good. We lucked out. I got a bunch too left over.
So
very important.
Comb.
The comb, yes.
For my hair, the African afro. So you gotta bring that.
Deodorant they gave us too, but
they asked us to buy it. They said you should buy deodorant, but it wasn't mandatory that we must buy, right?
No, it wasn't.
You can bring your deodorant, or you can buy it right there in the PX. And what else? I brought my nail clippers because I have I like my nails certain ways.
That's a good idea too.
And I just had to bring my nail clipper. Yeah. I don't know if you want to bring your nail clipper. Did you bring your nail clipper?
I did not. I brought nothing. I was told to bring nothing. Nothing.
No,
I had nothing.
Hygiene
no,
stuff?
I brought like 4 tampons. And
toothpaste, toothbrush.
No, I left mine. I swear, I had the electric toothbrush. I had an electric toothbrush, the one with the battery. So and I brought like a travel-sized toothpaste. I threw that away because I didn't think you could bring a battery-operated toothbrush to boot camp. So I threw it away in the hotel that night. Come to find out, I could have kept it.
Oh yes, the Monteverde brought her
electric plug-in.
And when I saw her brushing her teeth, I'm like, I'm gonna ask home so that they can send me my electric toothbrush.
I know. It all comes down to your recruiter too. Like your recruiter, each one is different. Each one is different, and I literally brought nothing. They weren't very informative as to what to bring.
In the end, they didn't even check like to see, did you have your deodorant or perfume from home? Like some people had their nice perfume that smelled.
I could have left all my jewelry in my backpack for that whole boot camp time where they leave it in the box. I could have had my jewelry on now, right after boot camp. Because all the things that I wanted immediately, I still don't have. So I wish I would have brought personal possessions that I desperately wanted right after
leave it in the
left
box,
it in the bag.
Then collect it when we were leaving.
Right. There are a lot of things that I wasn't able to bring, but I think you did great. I think you did awesome.
Well, you can bring your deodorant or buy it at the PX. They don't have many options.
No. I think there was 2. It was the Lady Speed Stick and Secret or something. Chapstick was one kind, one flavor.
Okay. What?
Nail clippers.
Chapstick. Good to have though.
My Vaseline. Oh yeah. Yes. Bring body lotion. Say it again.
Body lotion, Vaseline, chapstick.
Especially if you're coming in the winter. We came in winter.
The winter time.
Like we did.
I got so desperate I used the chapstick on my cuts and the cracks on my fingers because I didn't have Vaseline. Yeah. So we used the chapstick.
Bring Vaseline as big as you can carry. And your cream because they're going to give you this small size cream.
And you use it in 2 days.
In 2 days in quarantine if they still have quarantine.
Because your skin gets so dry with that weather. Oh my goodness.
All right. What else did I bring?
Razor.
Yeah, I needed that.
Razor. They give. Well, you have to buy one, or they give you. Oh, they give you one, right? Isn't that in the initial?
From your money.
Yeah. And books.
books.
I swear, your books were a great thing.
During the quarantine, I want to stay busy.
I brought 2 books.
And a journal. Journal is oh my god key.
Still to keep me busy. And this algebra.
The algebra one. No, that was very good. Very good.
I don't know.
And my start guide.
And
which I don't
start guide definitely for quarantine. I read that like crazy.
That's all you need.
Now, did all of that fit in your A&D drawer?
Yeah,
all of it.
All of it.
Nice.
Yeah, they did.
I think even this is a lot. That's it.
Yeah. So what? But your recruiter is kind of weird. He told you not to even. My recruiter told me bring hygiene product that will last you 2 to 3 days. He said that.
Yep.
2 to 3 days, then you should be good. And I did
too.
that.
That's
I
what
brought I don't know, my hygiene. I wasn't going to go anywhere without my toothbrush and toothpaste. I don't care.
I know. I brought it with me to the hotel and then I got rid of it.
I'm gonna bring my toothpaste and toothbrush. I just didn't take my electric toothbrush.
I know. I should take my battery operated one. I would have been happy with that.
In 2022, most recruits will not be doing ROM.
Right.
And so if you did not do ROM, quarantine, do you think a book would have been necessary?
Yes. You need that break, mental break from the mundane monotonous
training guide
of the training guide and just the...
So at boot camp you have time to actually read?
You do. It's very limited.
It's either you're reading your training guide or you're talking to the person next to you.
Or you have holiday, like how you have the holiday
routine.
Hours?
Yeah,
holiday
writing
routine.
latest home. But it's just nice to not always read the training guide. It's just like one book every day. It gets kind of under your skin after a while. But if you have like a novel or like for me, I have my anatomy book.
Yep.
I just look at the pictures. It's something that I love and it gives me joy to look at. And then just for a few minutes, I don't have to do it for an hour or anything. 10 minutes and I'm good. Then I go back to whatever boring thing I was doing before.
Just be mindful of the size. One of our friends from my previous division, she brought this very big anime book and she loved it, but the size took up more than half of her A and B drawer.
Okay.
So, I mean, the size books that you brought, I think, were perfect. I think that was definitely right up the alley, but definitely a book for sure.
So this idea that a book has to be a Bible or religious book is not true. It can be anything.
As long as you can keep it in your A and B drawer.
If you can fit it in your A and B drawer, you can bring...
Show me how big a A and B drawer is.
Probably about that wide.
And also...
Yeah, it's probably the
size of
length
my
and width.
backpack. Length and width.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe even the
depth. The depth. The
Okay.
depth is this size.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, okay.
Yeah. Basically this in all dimensions.
And that concludes this episode of the WanderLearn podcast, where we explore travel, technology, and transformation. If you'd like to see the show notes with links to what we talked about, or if you'd like to comment on the show, or if you'd like to ask me a question, then go to wanderlearn.com and click on this episode. If you'd like to connect with me, just remember ftapon. That's my first initial and my last name. ftapon is the username I use on all social media. You can also get to my website by going to ftapon.com. And here's one last reason to remember ftapon. If you like what I do and would like to get rewarded for supporting my projects, then go to patreon.com/ftapon. That's where you can pick up some remarkable rewards for as little as $2 a month. And now for 5 quick favors. Number 1, subscribe to the WanderLearn podcast. 2, download it. 3, share it. 4, review it somewhere. And 5, sign up for my newsletter at wanderlearn.com. Our theme music was composed by Eric Stratman. This is Francis Tapon, encouraging you to wander and learn.